love is God, or God is love, is in the context of what I was just describing, is almost equal to saying something is something, and also something is therefore something. You know, I'm mindful that there may be a generational and or upbringing component to my struggle with the word. We now are raising the generations of people that come to life now with that experience that they hear from their parents right from even before they're born, and then certainly through their life, I love you, I love you, I love you, which is a very important statement. I've always known that my father loved me very much and my mother loved me very much. I've always known that they loved me very much. It wasn't necessarily part of their language that they used to express it. When I was growing up as a young toddler and in my childhood and a youth in Israel, it was just not part of the nature of that culture. And so it is possible that when I worked through and needed to find my pathway with the word, I needed to also address the fact that the word was never used in that easygoing, casual sense. And I always felt that there was more that needed to be discovered in the potential of love. But so here I am proposing that we discover some of that potential by delineating 7 levels of expression. And I have made some notes, so I'll refer to those, and I'll pause with each one, and please feel completely free to comment in any way that it turns up for you. So the first, actually I'm going to do this in the reverse order. I'm going to talk level 7, level 6, and I'm going to end with level 1. Going to do it in the reverse order. The first way, the 7th level of love, in the way we use the word in the world and what it means, and this is really where I feel strongly we need a different kind of word, because the word love, if it is used in that context, is misappropriated. But that is the love that produces delight and pleasure, especially when associated with something we consume. So I love this ice cream. Okay, so I love this ice cream, and after I'm done with the ice cream, it's consumed. There is nothing that remains from the ice cream. So by definition, this love is an expendable love. It has no sustained and no sustaining value because it is associated with a transitory pleasure. Now, to be clear, I'm not negating the importance of transitory pleasures. I'm not poo-pooing the idea of pleasure or transitory pleasure. It is an important part of the human experience. I'm saying in the context of consumed delight, consumed pleasure, it has an expendable nature, and I'd rather that we use the word delight rather than the word love. Let me pause here and see how you calibrate and what would you react to with that first level.
Well, it calibrates very highly. Another word comes to me, which may be one of the other levels of love, which is appreciate. And I appreciate this ice cream. Maybe I don't completely delight. Maybe it's not exactly the flavor. Well, would I say that I love it? Yeah, good question. So, well, delight in any event calibrates, let's see, how extremely high. Pretty much off the charts.
Okay, I would make a distinction for the word appreciate, because appreciate has a second meaning, which is that it grows something. Mm-hmm. If we make the correct investments, our investments appreciate. And this level 7 of love, which I'm suggesting truly need to be used with a different word, perhaps delight, perhaps pleasure, perhaps another word, relates to the consumed part of life that doesn't appreciate. So I do think appreciate comes, you're absolutely right, comes later in this framework. Level 6, in the way I sensed into it, is what produces harmony and resonance. So I sense that expression by way of what relaxes me, what creates warmth. And it has the state or the experience where you feel that you can lower your guards. And then when you can do that, there is a sense of being with. You're no longer on your own, you're being with, maybe with others, it may be with something. Another nature and dimension in this, and it may be one and the same with the one I was describing, or just the other side of the same coin, is the sense of well-being that arises in the presence of completion. So imagine that you're working on something, maybe you worked hard to complete something, and there is this sense that at an end of a hard day's work where there is tiredness, but it's the sweet kind of tiredness, because there is a certain inner glow of satisfaction and a sense of completion, and a sense that the effort and the work generated produced and aggregated to itself that well-being. And so instead of being frazzled at the end of the work, it aggregates to you with, and here is this word, with a sense of appreciation and satisfaction. So I would sense that as what I call dimension 6. So this is where the word love can be worked towards. It's not just a happenstance. It's not, do I feel wonderful now, yes or no? It's a sense that in this expression, we can become intentional and we can produce that impact in the way we choose to engage, in the way we choose to operate, and where we work to bring something to its optimal expression and balance and sense of completion. There is love about that act. There is love about that endeavor. How would you calibrate that? What would that I'm just trying to describe as the level 6 resonate?
So I'm hearing you say that we can use the word here, love. We can use that with some justification. Like it's starting on the gradient. It's starting to have some weight.
Yes.
Well, I'm in agreement with you, and I'm still wondering if there's another word that would be appropriate. You said harmony, resonance, warmth. So I'm just looking at those.
Well-being that arises with the presence of completion.
Completion, yes.
A sense of appreciation and satisfaction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if in all of those, because there are 4 statements, there might be two versions of love.
Mm-hmm.
I went through an exercise recently where I wrote down, I don't have it with me now, but different types of love, and I came to 25. So 7 is a great number. I'd love to say there are 7, but I wonder if even within this process, we're already seeing love trying to ramify further and further. And at great risk of possibly clouding things, I can see some truth in the statement, everything is love. So if we trace anything back, we come to love. And therefore, that's really why we experience the word cloud, because everything is in some sense an emanation of love and some flavor of love. But I agree that we're far too sloppy in our use of language, because unintentionally that word gets used so much. So coming back to your point, I'm happy to say love for number 6. And I can't find a single word that isn't love at this point.
Yeah, I don't disagree with, again, the idea that everything in the end comes to love, and we may discover that we want to choose the different word when we actually say that. But again, the point here is that at some point the aggregation and the simplification loses its potency. And that's why we are delineating that. Now, so you could have chosen, you can take what I'm proposing to level 6 and actually delineate the feminine and the masculine natures there. And I'm not saying feminine to do with women and masculine to do with men, but more those as two universal natures. You could say that the harmony and resonance and the sense of warmth and relaxation is the feminine side of what I'm describing there, even though those words are very much in resonance and meaning with men as well as with women. But and that the word completion as a result of work has the sense of the perhaps masculine, or you could reverse them. But those are two sides of one coin, because in one side I'm describing the love that's expressed and experienced in the relaxation that becomes possible. And then I'm saying that there is the love that's expressed and is sensed into in the labor of love, in the working to bring something to conclusion and to a satisfying completion. And I'm saying these are the two sides of the same thing.